Record. Hi, my name is Katie. I'm coming to you live for Helmar. I'm going to be bringing you a cute altered frame tonight. A little inspiration. This is what I made. I'm going to make the second, I get so confused here. The second version of that. But this is something nice and easy, highlighting gemstone glues and robin's nests dewdrops, which are some of my favorite things to play with. I actually use them a lot on my sports layouts and my water layouts because they look like water droplets. So I'm highlighting some Helmar gemstone glue tonight. This is awesome. I use it for making glitter. I use it for bling. I use it for the dewdrops. It's also used for jewelry making. It dries really, really clear, and that's why I'm using it on the glass. I'm actually using it on the outside of the frame tonight because it dries really clear and very thin, and it dries pretty fast. I'll be using a touch of the decoupage and craft paste, but not too much of it, just for the paper on the background. And of course, my favorite, the scrap dots, Helmar scrap dots, to give it height. If you're not familiar with the glue, I put several links at the very top of chat, the Helmar USA website where you can order Helmar glues in the US and Canada, and the Helmar Australia website's also up there where you can order glue in Australia. And also one of our preferred partners, who is Robin's Nest, which I'm going to be using their dewdrops tonight. Their website's there, as well as my blog. So come visit me. So I will start on my other camera, and I'm going to switch over. Just so you know, you will not be seeing my cute little face with no makeup anymore today, until the very end when I kind of wrap up. If I'm talking really fast, I'm just trying to get this done so it's not too hard for you. If you hear hollering, my grandson's here tonight with his mother, hanging out and chilling out with us. So don't be surprised if you hear a baby in the background. All right, I'm going to move my computer out of the way for you all. And I'm actually going to stand up tonight so I can move around a little bit better. So I showed you earlier, this is what I'm going to be making, the altered frame. If you look really close, you can see the dewdrops. See how nice, can you see how clear they've dried? Now I also created some clouds on this one. We're going to be using the same technique with a banner on the other one. So if you can you quite see that three-dimensional sitting right, I mean, those are sitting right on top of the glass. So what I started with is a very inexpensive frame, $2.29 at a salvage place. I got 2 of them. I'm wishing I got 3 of them because I found some more. So I'm taking it out of the box. And you can see here, it's clear. There's nothing on the background. And it has this very cool opening. So I'm just going to do this. And I'm sliding my glass out. So I have 2 levels of glass. And I actually did clean it earlier for you. So we have the glass that I'm going to put the paper on the inside. And that's the only thing I'm not going to be putting. Hi, Heather. I'm not going to be putting any decorations on the inside of the glass. All the decorations are going to go on the outside of the glass. And I'm going to actually bring a light over here because it got so dark out with the storm. And hopefully that will help a little bit to brighten it up and not cause too many shadows. There you go. So what I had, and when I started here, was I had some leftover inspirational paper from some Scrappy Chicks kits. That I love the paper, and I didn't know how to use it because I'm not much for using the big prints or just adding little pictures. I'm a plain scrapper. But these sayings were really inspirational to me. This one says, "Be the best that you can possibly be," and it had a great little bicycle on it. And then I had these 2 other ones. This one is Listen to Your Soul. And these papers are My Mind's Eye, Follow Your Heart papers, and they all came with the kits. And this one, Not All Who Wander Are Lost. And this is the one we'll be working with tonight. And this is where we're starting. I love that saying. I love the paper. Oh yes, you did, and I told her I would look at that up, Heather, so that it's thank you, that we would be able to access that easier. So these frames are 6x6. How perfect for us, aren't they? I'm going to cut this in 6x6, and I'm going to put it on the glass to start off with. So I'm going to use my handy dandy Fiskars cutter, and what I want to do with this is I want this to be my focal point. So I'm going to cut up my paper on the opposite, just a little bit, maybe a half an inch from the words. And that needs to be 6 inches. So I'm going to do this. I still want to keep some of my banner. So if you can see this, I wanted to keep some of my banner. I don't want to lose my banner because I'm going to carry that theme over. So I might cut just a little bit more on this side, maybe make it 1/4 of an inch from my wording. Now I'm sure so many of you have pretty papers with pictures and sayings on it that you don't know what to do with. This is such a great way to create a home decor project without spending a lot of money and using a lot of embellishments. You could use an old frame, a 5x7, an 8x11. You can build any kind of layout on that. So it's 6x6 here, and I'm going to take this right away. So now you can see my 6x6, Not All Who Wander Are Lost. And I want to place it on one of my sides of my frame. So I'm bringing this along. And we're going to just use a little bit of decoupage on this. Just a little bit. On the back of the paper, I find the back of the paper that is, can you hear the storm? Oh no. So the decoupage is going to go right on the back of the paper, and see, isn't the back side just as cute? So if anybody flipped your picture over, it wouldn't, your frame over, it wouldn't be too bad. So I'm just decoupaging very lightly. I just want to adhere it to the paper. It's going to stick because it gets stuck between the two levels of the glass. So just using that really quick, I'm putting my brush in my water bucket over here. And I am sticking my paper right on the glass. And what's nice about this is that I can shimmy it to fit the glass. And I want to get any air bubbles out. I sometimes use a credit card. My fingers work great. I just want to make sure there are no bubbles. And I'm going to put the other piece of glass right on the top of it. Make sure it's going the right way. Oh, it is good. He is pretty adorable. So I'm just sliding this back in. Now, if you don't have a double glassed frame to do this on, then you can just do it on a piece of cardboard in another frame. Oh, you know what I just found out? This is too wide. So I'm going to stick it this way. There we go. That's what's nice about a square frame. I think I found out why they were so cheap. It's not perfectly square. So I'm going to slide it in this way, shimmy it in so it's in our frame. Nice and easy. I think I'm having a hard time tonight showing you all everything. So it's in there. Trying to read what you guys are saying too. So we're going to make some more banners to go along here, and we're going to add some of the dewdrops. Now, I don't know if you guys have seen them. Yeah, They are sold as floating frames. That'd be very cool to maybe add some ribbon to. If you could do both sides of it, Sherry, that would be very cool. So these are dewdrops. Robin's Nest puts them out. They may have many other products that are really wonderful, and they're really well known for their dewdrops. So these are some that I had already owned before I'd even worked with Helmar, and they were a preferred partner. These were already in my stash. And then I picked up these great clear ones, which you can change colors with by using alcohol inks or markers. And they're pretty tiny. And they come in different sizes. So I don't know if you can see. Let that focus. It's not focusing right there. And these ones are pretty cool. They add such a nice, what are lollies? They add such a nice texture and shine to things. These are very cool. Can you see them? They're like teardrops, raindrops. Hey, Leslie. So now I'm going to put we're working on a 6x6 frame using some My Mind's Eye papers and dewdrops and Helmar glues. So at this point, we need to make the banner to go on here. So we have the banner here. You can see a banner here and a banner up there. We're going to use the papers on the back side of the Listen to Your Soul that I'm going to use on a different frame later on. So I want to make sure the Listen to Your Soul has 6 inches. Cut that off, and then I'm going to use the back side, the pretty blues that will go and add color to our frame. So we're going to cut them out. I'm going to use some stamps and some die cuts, the Sissics and Hero Arts. I think I used them on the cards the first time I did a Ustream class. And I want to use the banner. So I'm going to use the banner die cut and the banner stamp. And I really wanted the banner to stand out, so I want to make sure it's stamped. It has black on it. When you use the gemstone glue and archival ink, it doesn't blend as long as it's dry. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to cut, I don't know, maybe 6 or 7 of the banners. So let's cut. I'm going to cut those out while I'm chatting with you. The storm is really kicked in, and my hand has fallen off again. So, using my Big Shot, it's the first rain we've gotten in a while. It's been 90 degrees here in Maine, which is crazy. So while we're just sitting here, and you can barely see my Big Shot, there we go. I'm going to cut these banners out, and I'm good for folding my paper in half to get 2 at one time. And I think I need it with both of my things, both of my tabs in. So I'm going to run this through, I think, 4 times. That way if I make a mistake, sorry for the shaking, I have something to work with. It was 103 there today. That's crazy. You guys usually get a lot of heat in the summer though, don't you, Sherry? You don't get heat in Michigan? I don't know why I would have thought you did. So I'm trying to get the most out of my paper, putting them close together for the die cuts. Heather, are you in Australia? I'm going to cut one more out. Queensland. I guess I didn't realize that your seasons were so off of ours. It's lightning now. Makes me want to curl up with a good book. Okay, so now I've cut all these out. I'm going to move my Big Shot. Is the dog bothering you, Cassandra? And now I'm going to, I can't figure out where my, oh, there we are. Oh, that's much better. I'm going to stamp these so you can see the black outline on them, just to give them a little more dimension. You don't have to do that, but I like it when I add embellishments that are very easy, but just give them a little pop. So I'm just going to add the stamp to them. They don't need to be perfect. You can see me stamping all of them, lining right up. I'm using some Ranger Archival ink for this. That way when it dries, the mixture of glue and glitter that I'm going to put on them does not run. Oh, that is cold. I don't miss that. I really enjoy the summer. I'm going to set this aside again. Archival ink and Hero Art stamps in Sizzix die cuts matching together. And I am going to take my heat gun and dry that just a little bit so our ink doesn't spread when we add the glue and glitter, because the glue and glitter is very important to give it a little pop. So please ignore the noise. I keep moving everything. All right. Where am I? I usually use some tweezers to hold my items down so they don't blow like that. Now I'm not drying them too much because I don't want them to curl. Although the curling isn't too bad if you want to curl out the ends of it, which might be a nice touch.